Being jacked is like the coolest because it takes time, takes effort, takes discipline, takes everything. If you're jacked and you're rich, it's like, okay, you bro have something I don't. Most of the time, dude, we go there, we're like, all right, let's go and kill our bodies some more.
You'll never regret going to the gym, but you'll always regret not going when you were supposed to.
Don't look at my fingers, what do I do with them? Welcome to the Peachcast, episode 3. Look how professional we are.
$40 sign, professional.
All right, let's check your outfit.
I just got comfy.
He just got off of work. Look at this man. Look at this man.
Actually, I went home and changed hoodies into a clean hoodie.
Oh, look at him.
For those of you that don't know,
yeah,
I run a diesel mechanic shop as well. My 9 to 5, I guess you could call it 8 to 5. You got off work last night, right?
I got off work last night and I got home around 2 a.m. I needed sleep, so I slept until like 10 a.m. Got home and I just like worked on content all day and just kind of getting things ready for the big things. Big future for us.
It's a big future coming.
We're working a lot to have this happen.
Tell them, yeah. So I think we could talk about it.
What exactly? There's so much going on.
Yeah, I know, no kidding. We're currently writing a meal plan for the program. So that'll be good, that's to come. Shot some advertisements over the weekend to advertise PeachFit, not only moving into we've been doing SEO for about a month. It takes a while for SEO to really pay itself off. So we're moving into some TikTok advertisement, stuff like that for PeachFit as well. A little interesting there for anyone that's interested in business. You know, it's like you hear a lot about stuff, watching like Alex Ramosi and stuff like that. You hear about like a lot of growth and sales and just kind of like, you hear a lot of major, like big topics. When I was younger and I would watch people that I aspired to be, I would see those topics and I'd be like, oh man, that's it. That's all I got to do is those 10 big bulletin points of kind of what goes on in the business. But then when you get into stuff, it's like,
they're telling you the titles and not what's under the title.
Not the 15 things that go into that specific title of a designated task. It's like,
it's a lot. One
thing I've been working on was trying to get members that had bought the program and getting their emails converted into an email marketing sheet. That was really, really tough because I was having a problem with you're using your back end of your website in order to actually collect everyone's information, and then you're using the secondary third-party integration software working with your email marketing software. So it was like you had to set up 3 or 4 different things in order to get them to sync properly, tag correctly, all that.
It's just a pain in the ass. And it's funny because in the future, we're going to do an energy drink or energy drinks, right? So that's going to be something that we do in the future. And my older brother, he's going to be like in charge of it all. And he's like, so all I really have to do is this, this, and this. And me and Aaron look at each other, we're like, no, there's so much other work that goes into this.
Right.
Like anything that's business related is just like, there's a lot. And I'm getting the crappy end of the stick because I've never known business. This guy has, so he kind of understands a little bit, but it's like, I'm so new to it. And it's like, what the heck is going on? There's just so much I'm learning, but it's like great. I've learned a lot this past year than any other year. Like I've learned a lot.
Like I said, you had a lot of stuff happen in the past year. You had a lot of life growth and personal growth.
Decisions.
I think mentally and physically and kind of all over, it was just a really kind of life-changing year, I'd say.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like one of those years that you just hear that are just absolutely life-changing. Like you were saying, your brother was talking about, this is just the things to do. It was funny because I was talking to a good friend of mine who's looking at starting his pressure washer business. And, I was talking to him on some of the stuff he has to do and kind of talking about sacrifices that you have to make. And I told him, whatever it is that you think you'll have to sacrifice, make it 10 times worse than that, because it's going to take 10 times the amount of work that you think it takes in order to get it to where you want it to be. And I don't mean to say that to scare anyone that's looking at starting a business or starting something for themselves, but just know it's never as easy as you think it will be, and then never half-ass it. That's the one thing. Never half-ass it. If anything is going to work, it needs to be 120% done. Because if not, it just not going to get you to that point that you want to be at.
Yeah, long-term gratification. That's like, it's almost a skill. If you want to be like a business or entrepreneur, I've learned you can't think things in short term. It has to be like, okay, 5 years down the road, I would like to have this implemented or this done and this done. You can't think, okay, tomorrow this is going to get done, because it's like, no, it takes a long time for things to start accumulating and stuff. But
well, it's funny. It's like you said, this is your first year, like your major first finishing, following up second now year that you've ever like really ran a business or business orientated. I've done this like multiple times, and I've been investing from a lot younger age. So I've kind of learned the patience of letting it grow instead of it just happening. Yeah. But it's funny because I remember when we were building the website and like before we started advertising, and you're all like, get it done, get it done, get it done. And then you hit this big old button that says, start advertising. And then now you still have to wait like another 6 months in order for things to actually happen. So it's like you get all this work and anticipation and just one day, and then that one day happens and nothing happens.
It's so funny though, because it's like there's so much that goes on. But all it is to 90% of people is a scroll on a TikTok or a scroll on a short, or just like all I am to a lot of people, believe it or not, is just a scroll. Just something that's like a little motivating or just whatever. Just that one person. It's just not me. There's so many other people. It's just, we put so much time and effort and work into what we're building, and people just look at the video, scroll. Okay. All we are is just a scroll, and nothing bad by it. That's just the game, right? It's interesting because all we are to people is just like entertainment or just like whatever. And it's interesting.
And that brings up a good point. If at the end of the day, realistically, like how many people are going to go to bed thinking about you? Realistically, the people that are really close in your circle, the rest of the people won't. And so it comes out at the same time of like, I remember when we first started doing this, you used to read the comments and you used to get really heated at the comments. And then there was comments that would make you...
Because you work so hard for something and they just want to like tell you that you didn't do it. Yeah. They know nothing about me, zero. Yeah. And they're saying, oh yeah, you didn't do that. I'm like, do you know me? Like, it's just stupid.
And it's a double-edged sword with them not knowing anything about you at the same time, because you can go one of two ways with it. And I think this is where people really get caught up is, number one, they're like, this person doesn't know me, and they get defensive. This person doesn't know me. This person doesn't know my story and what I've been through and what I've done and everything like that. So they catch you being heated by something they said. And then the second side of that is that they know nothing about you. So what does their opinion matter?
Yeah, no, it's stupid. And I got over it so quick. And I've learned to... Some people might take this the wrong way, but you can't react to the good things because you'll react to the bad things, if that makes sense. So you just have to kind of be nonchalant about it all. Like, respect the people that are just like commenting in general, I guess.
You have to respect your audience and appreciate them. Yeah. But if you reacted so harshly in either direction, good or bad, harsh. I mean harsh as far as like
just extreme.
Extreme. That's a good word. That's a good descriptive word to use for it. When you put it that way, it's like if you act extreme in any manner, either way, your life feels really out of balance. Yeah. Like you have all these emotions all over the place. One minute you're really mad, one minute you're really happy. It's like that's not a proper way to navigate life, because if you made your decisions based on when you have a lot of emotion going on, they're not going to be proper, methodical, thought out, like realistic decisions. Yeah. Typically, emotion leads you in the wrong direction from what I've found. Yeah. Personally, it's always best to sleep on a major decision.
A few days.
One of the quotes I really love too is you can't shake someone's hand with a clenched fist. Yeah. I believe that was Gandhi. Quote me if I'm wrong. Someone down in the comments. Learning how to control your emotions, I think, is something that you're taught from a younger age, but a lot of people still don't master it even into their adult lives. Yeah. You know what's funny is like going back to people's opinions don't matter. When people tell you to be realistic of your goals, and that was something I grew up with really harshly, is because I've always had really big goals, like at every age I have been, and I've always been told be realistic, like oh, that's great, like dream big, but don't be disappointed when you fail, stuff like that. I always got that, and I get it from people all the time. Same thing. It's like people telling you like, oh, you know what, like I don't think what you're doing is stable, like yada yada. And I've had friends come out and tell me that stuff before, and it's like, don't ever let anyone stop you from actually shooting your shot. Because at the end of the day, we're all going to end up 6 feet underground. Yeah. No matter who you are. Yeah. Like your coffin is going to deteriorate any time. Yeah. Unless it's made of like kryptonite, fucking like Superman or something.
Yeah. We're going to have those.
Yeah.
We're going to have those.
But no, and that's the thing is you got one life. Like, no matter what your religious beliefs are and whatever it might be, if you have an afterlife or whatnot, but the only thing you have control of is your current situation and the current life that you live in. So why not shoot for the stars and do something with it? At the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, everyone's going to have regrets. So you just pick and choose what you're willing to regret in life.
Yeah, people say be realistic with your goals is because 99% of people, they work those like 9 to 5s. And 99, I could almost say 99% of people don't really like what they want to do. They don't like what they do. Some people might stand and be like, oh no, it's cool, it's whatever. But would you rather do something else? Yes. My family, for example, they're now understanding and they're now like really rooting for me. Like it was super funny. My mom messaged me and I didn't even know. She knew before I did. She sent me a screenshot and she was like, you just hit 900K, congrats. She was like supporting, you know, and before it was just like, yeah, I don't know. They just don't understand. Most people just don't understand because most people are not in the position to even try, I guess.
I think I want to interrupt a little bit because I come from the side of things where, you know, like my dad told me to pretty much be realistic about my goals, but in multiple different conversations that we had. To me, I remember my response clear as day. I said, that is my realistic. So I think, number one, having a projection and manifesting what you want is a big part of things. But number two, circling back into the be realistic aspect, talking about how you said your family, you know, was like, oh, you know, I don't know, stuff like that. And looking back at my situation as well, it's not out of harm's way.
No.
It's not to go and harm you.
They care about you.
Exactly, and they care about you. And I feel like a lot of people throughout life, especially when they make it, when they flex and they're like, fuck all the haters, stuff like that. A lot of people get kind of bad blood with their families from what I've heard from other successful people. And I think they're taking stuff the wrong ways because your family's not necessarily trying to yank you down. Some of them are. Some of you out there, you have some not the best people around you, whether it be family or friends. Get rid of whatever it is.
I was fortunate enough to have a good family.
Exactly, so was I. They're not trying to necessarily pull you down. They just don't want you to go and get so hurt. And you got to look at it from people, especially older people, have more experience than you do. Whether you want to argue that or not, the longer that you have lived, the more you have done. The more life you had experience.
Unless you lived in a box your whole life and you just stared at a wall. So I would say 99.99%.
Right.
Yeah.
But everyone's had dreams. Everyone's had goals. Everyone's had ambitions.
Maybe not.
I saw a study that some people don't. I still don't believe that. They said like there's like 27% of the world doesn't even have a goal. I'm like, I call it bullshit.
Like a goal, but like, you know, my goals weren't really something I really, really wanted not too long ago.
Well, and I think that's the thing, is goals change year by year and person by person. Like, you're not the same every single year. You don't you're never the same person. Human beings are always changing and chemistry is changing, body chemistry is changing. I mean, ages release different hormones that make you think different things.
Yeah.
Go watch Andrew Huberman. I love his stuff on neuroscience. Real quick, I want to finish off that. Is they have more experience. They've done things. They've been hurt and dissatisfied and felt that pain before. And they are just trying to protect you from feeling the same things. So don't carry that grudge or that, you know, they don't want me to succeed with you. It's very important, especially throughout life and business. There's two sides to a coin. Hell, there's more than two sides to a coin. There's 4, 5, 7, 8. There's 1,000 sides to a coin that you're not looking at. So do your best to take a broader look. And that's it. Sometimes it just takes stepping back and looking at other people's point of views to really understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
I talk a lot. Sometimes I feel like I talk too much. I think one of the reasons I feel like I talk a lot, and sometimes I catch myself and I'll get like a little self-conscious and I'm like, damn, I'm talking too much. But I feel like what I have to say is really important. And I'm very passionate about the things I say. So I feel like I want to explain thorough enough for someone to have my understanding.
One, this is a effing podcast.
No, I'm saying in general in life.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm quite the opposite.
You're quiet.
But there's a reason why we got 2 ears and 1 mouth. You shut up and you listen. So I've been reading 42 Laws of Power. This is the guy that you don't want to be, right? You're not. I'm just joking. Actually being quiet, kind of just like looking around the room, understanding the room, and shutting up and listening makes you actually a feared opponent.
Not only that, you learn more. And I think there's a time and place. When you're asked to speak, speak. When you're asked to actually talk, you want to talk.
Yeah.
But the rest of the time,
as minimal as possible.
It's not as minimal, I'd say, because you want to engage in good conversation with your friends and family and things like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's in your day-to-day normal life, don't just go around like blurting things out, you know, have conversation, engage, like have back-to-back conversation with a retail checkout worker, because then you can practice, you know, like
well, it's not even that. It's super funny because it's like, yeah, Aaron, you're quite the yapper. But it's like, it works out in your favor because it's like, shout out to Devlin. If Aaron wasn't the yapper he is, we probably wouldn't be as close, just because like when I go to the gym, I'm just like kind of focused in. Because Devlin's like the front desk guy, if you guys don't know. Yeah. He's the guy, we go to the gym, he's the guy at the front desk.
He also shoots our
now
vlogs.
He shoots our like vlogs and everything. So it's like, we got him close, but that's just due to him. It's because Aaron, when we go to the gym 4 a.m. before we even knew the guy, you know, I check in first, and Aaron's right behind me. He checks in. Then he turns and like, hey, how you doing? You know, he talks and talks. And it's like, that builds connections.
Yeah.
That builds a lot. Being a good guy and not being an asshole will go a long way. I've always been a good guy. I've never been an asshole.
Yeah.
But it goes a long way because these connections and the people talk. And you said something a while back. We're on the treadmill. And you said something to me. You said, if you do something right, that one person will tell one other person. But if you do something wrong, that one person will tell 6 different people. And I was like, dang, that is very true, because the negative things are actually a lot more powerful. Try to be as positive as possible. I guess moral of the story, don't be an asshole.
I like talking to people. I grew up differently. I did not grow up in one place. So I had to talk to people. I had no choice.
Yeah.
I grew up moving state to state and had a very unstable home life. And
he was poor, just say it.
Well, I was poor, but like, I wasn't that poor back then.
I'm joking.
But no, like, I had a very unstable home life as far as like where I lived. So I moved schools every single year, and I had to make new friends. And the only way that you find out information about people is asking. Like, you have to ask. I learned from a very young age that the worst thing you're going to get is a no. I took that. Well, you can get pepper sprayed.
Within the law, I guess.
Within
the law.
Yeah, normally. But, I mean, getting rejected, who cares? I mean,
on to the next person. There's 7 billion people on the planet.
So why don't you go and talk to people, ask questions? Not only that, work on communication skills. Because when you need to communicate, if you don't have the ability to properly communicate and read the room and talk with people, you're going to ruin things that actually matter.
Yeah.
Like when you're put into a situation with a decision that is a big decision, and if you're not able to actually communicate whatever you want and back and forth, you're going to screw yourself over. So it's like double-edged sword. Like you were saying, 48 laws of power. That's why I say it has time and place.
Yeah, oh, for sure, for sure. I'm saying like in a conference room or if you're in a little party, the more you talk, the more you're getting compromised. And the more you're getting compromised, you could slip up, say something. You could end up being an idiot and people could be talking. You know what I mean? So it's just like, but again, there is a time and place for it. I mean, if you're around true friends and you could just say whatever. This is like my 5th zero sugar Coca-Cola.
It's okay. I had 3 Red Bulls today.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's horrible for you.
The Red Bulls, but it's like, I'm the biggest fan of aspartame.
Are you? You like these?
That's like my middle name, Jacob Aspartame Correia. That is my name.
Yep.
I should change my name from Peach to Aspartame.
You should. I think people will go with it.
I love aspartame.
Yeah.
Like if it just had aspartame in a bottle, like no carbonated water, no caramel color, no like ingredients, aspartame. Like give me aspartame, that's all I want. I just want to consume, I want it in my veins. I just want to inject it into my veins.
Aspartame?
It's just aspartame.
You'd be like a meth addict.
What are you injecting? Aspartame.
Diet soda.
If it wasn't for diet soda, I would still be a chubbalard, man. So you gotta respect it. You gotta respect it.
I know. I got...
What are you sipping on? What's in here? It's like...
It's alpha-line hydration.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get them amino acids in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's nice and so. Okay, I feel like I'm asking all the questions. It's your turn to ask genuine, good, thought-out questions.
Oh, we talk every day.
Call me all the time.
Yeah.
How many times do you realistically think you call me a day?
Let's just figure that out now. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No way.
8, 9.
9 times in one day.
I just miss you. Right when you drop me off in the morning, I'm like, I miss you, Aaron.
I miss you. I'm so tired today too.
I'm exhausted, dude. Yeah. I'm exhausted.
It's part of that grind. It is tired. It's part of that grind. It's the days like today where you have to show up. I got off work. I didn't want to come here.
Heck no, dude.
I went home, saw my daughter real quick. She just got out of the bath. So I gave her a kiss, and she's all happy and giggly, excited to see me, trying to claw my eyeballs out. Her nails are getting long. She's like all slapping my face and stuff. My daughter's 10 months, by the way. She's like all excited to see me. And then she's about to go down for bed, give the wife a kiss. I'm like, I gotta go. She's like, I know. There's food in the fridge for you when you get home. I'm like, thank you. It's days like that, though, that really suck. And especially lately for me, having a family. It's been a bigger change than I expected it, but it's been such a subtle change. So
like it slowly started like...
Yeah, it wasn't like...
What changed?
At once. Just more of like, I want to spend more time at home. It's almost like being single versus being in a relationship. So it's like when you're single, you can get shit done. You got no problems because you have no one that you have to answer to. You don't have no one that you have to please. You got no one. Like you don't care about anyone. You can stick blinders on, go to the gym 3 hours a day. All you do is study. All you do is sleep, eat, and work. Like, no problem. You, as a man, you can be so driven and disciplined. Yeah. Very easily driven and disciplined. Yeah. When you are single. If you get yourself in that routine. And then you throw a woman in the mix, and it's like, whoa, everything gets all messed up. And so you kind of have to relearn how to navigate, because now you're looking at potentially incorporating someone else into your life. Mm-hmm. And it's a big thing because you have to incorporate their life into yours, and you can't be 100% here and be 0% here and expect them to stick around. But you want to be there. You want to be able to hang out with your kid. Yeah. Well, what I was saying, though, it's like even for you still have to be here, somewhat over here in your relationship and not 100% here. That's what I'm scared of. Yeah. Is like, because I don't have a kid yet. But and I obviously want to be able to be like there a lot, and it's like, doing this, is that going to take a lot of sacrifice? Yeah. And the answer is yes. It does at first. Yeah. And that's why I said it's either you sacrifice now or you sacrifice later. Yeah. You saying I'm going to do something later is saying that you think that you're going to have less to sacrifice later on in your life, which isn't true. Yeah. No, for when I decide to have a kid, I'm going to be changing my name to Papa Peach. Papa Peach. I love it. I love it. I love it. So think of like throwing a girlfriend in the mix. Now you have to sacrifice and delegate time here. Yeah. And it's like throwing another one in the mix. Yeah. So it's like you just learned how to navigate these. And for you, it happened so quickly. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, literally, yeah. It happened so quickly. Yeah, like I had a lot of things happen in the past year. Like met my wife, moved out, got pregnant, had a kid, just like back to back. Like I had one hell of a year that year. I had so much going on. Dude. Try to grow a company, try to manage another company. It's all over the place. And still wake up and go to the gym every single day at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Speaking of that, we going to the gym tomorrow? What kind of question is that? Yeah, we're going to the gym tomorrow. Yes, sir. 4 a.m. 4 a.m. I'll pick you up. Oh. You know what gets me is the times I get to your house and you're still asleep. Oh, yeah. That's starting to happen less and less. No, it happened. Well, I remember when we first started doing this. Bad. Well, and that's the thing, though, is like, people are like, how do you do it? How do you stay disciplined? Like, you just don't wake up. Do you wake up? No. No, I love that question. It's like, how do you stay disciplined? You don't wake up in the morning, you skip to the, kitchen and get ready and say, woohoo, I'll go to the... No, you don't wake up super excited to go to the gym. And, no. And that's what's like, there's no motivation. When you see some jacked guy walking in public, you don't be like, oh man, that guy has a lot of motivation. It's like, that's straight up discipline. You can't go and buy a jacked body. That's why being jacked is like the coolest, because it takes time, takes effort, takes discipline, takes everything. Automatic alpha, right there. It's just like, you're pretty much an alpha. You're halfway there. It's like that and like finances personally. That makes an alpha for me. Like if you're jacked and you're rich, it's like, okay, you bro have something I don't. It's straight up discipline. Not every day I want to go to the gym. Social media really puts a weird spin on things because everybody on social media entertains the fact that the gym's fun. Yeah. So that's the consumers are thinking the gym is fun because that's what they consume. But in all reality, the gym is you have to treat it like a 9 to 5 because it's like, I don't look forward to the gym every single day. I mean, there's some days where it's like, yeah, I'm pumped for it, sure. But like most of the time, dude, we go there, we're like, all right, let's go and kill our body some more. It's damn near all discipline. There's zero motivation some days. Some days there is absolutely zero. Oh yeah. There's days I'll lay in bed. Like not too long ago, the day what was it? I already know. We're bad at this. Like I woke up because I text him And I'll lay in bed sometimes and I don't want to get up so bad that I'll wait until like the very last moment that I can wake up and I'll text Jacob. And if he doesn't reply back to me within like a 10-minute period in that window, I'll just go back to sleep. And I think that happened one time last year or something, like literally one time.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like we skipped and just went back to bed, that happened more than once. Like while I was waiting for him to text back sometimes, just because I got no motivation. It's like you'll text and I'm like, to drag myself out of bed.
Damn it, I didn't want him to respond.
Go to the gym. Yeah.
I'm ready. I got off a night shift.
Yeah.
And I'm just exhausted. So I got off at midnight. So I got home that day around like 1:30. And I, wake up and I hear a ding at 3:50. And Aaron never, ever really texts me at 3:50. It's usually at like 4 o'clock because he knows that's when my alarm goes off. Yep. Like, hey, on my way. But he texted me at 3:50 and I'm like, oh man, he's probably saying like he's not gonna come. I'm like, oh, heck yeah, man. Like, fine, I'm tired as heck. Like, I'll give today like a little bit of a break. I look at my phone, 3:50, I'm here. I'm like, damn it! Like, what? Why? Yeah. So, and I believe you called me afterwards too. And I'm like, fine, all right, I'm getting up. But I was slaving away with like 2.5 hours of sleep there. But that's all part of it. And but at the end of the day, after you get done, I'm like, oh dude, great workout, got it done. Feel good. At the end of the day, you don't regret going at all.
No. And that's my one quote I like live and die by for going to the gym. And that's what I tell people all the time is you'll never regret going to the gym, but you'll always regret not going when you were supposed to.
Yeah.
It's like you skip a day, quit picking your nails.
No, I'm actually picking the skin.
That's worse.
No, it's not.
That's worse. Knock it off.
Look at that.
What do you do? Just jab those things into the table to get them so square?
What? What do you mean?
Your fingers.
So I got square nails?
You do got square fingers.
Oh, square fingers, not square nails?
Yeah.
I think it's because I have no nails because I'm always so nervous. So it makes me, like, let me see yours.
Because I chew mine. Like all of mine are gone, but they're round.
Yeah, I do. I do have some square.
You do,
fingers.
Don't you?
Now I'm self-conscious.
Unlocked.
I'm self-conscious. Don't look at my fingers. What do I do with them? Damn, I didn't know I do have some square fingers.
It'll be okay.
We're going to be doing this weekly. So sometimes it might be a little slow. Right now we're just grinding on so many things and sometimes there's just not a lot to talk about, but like memories of how we got to where we're at.
Still valuable information.
Still very valuable. And like, I enjoy doing this and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's fun.
It's almost like a hangout.
That's actually a really good way of putting it because phone calls are cool, whatever. But like getting you on the podcast and just being like, okay, like what happened today or like what's going on, just kind of catch up for the day. That's kind of like how I put it. Cause it's like, I don't even realize the camera's there. I'm just like talking.
Yeah. So am I.
It's just there. Anyways, guys. Yeah. Like, subscribe. This is the Peachcast. I think I said that in the beginning. Supplements. All right. Supplements. We have protein powder. We have PB and Gains. This one's the anabolic cereal. I've been on the cereal one lately. There is a cinnamon toast crunch one. Phenomenal. Try that one. I definitely recommend it. They got protein powders. They got pre-workout. The hydration. So that's all things I use to lose weight. So definitely recommend it. Heal Mix. Code Peach. Alphaline code Peach. PEACH. And speaking of PEACH, PeachFit. If you're looking to change your life mentally, physically, join PeachFit. We put our heart and souls into this thing and we're still putting in so much work. This is our baby.
It's always a one-time payment and it's always growing and changing and bettering itself.
Yeah, there's so much in the works for it and super excited for it. I don't want to give off too much. I'm super excited. I'll start giving out a little bit more information in later podcasts. But for now, I think that's it. So
sounds good to me.
All right. Okay. Turn that off.